Hi everyone, Angelius here, and this is my first EU4 tutorial in which I try to explain the interface and generally what to do before you even unpause the game, because it can be a little bit overwhelming for a new player. So in order to do that, I'm gonna start as Muscovy because I think it's the easiest nation to start with to learn. Why do I think it is? Because you will not be close to the HRE, which could be a little problematic to understand at the start. I mean, what are the superpowers there are? Castile, which is fine aside from the fact that we have to colonize and use the navy and all that jazz. It's not that hard, but I rather play as a landlocked nation in the start. France started at war with England, which it will win, but it has shitloads of vassals and HRE close to it, and colonization is also could be a problem. England started at war with France, which is really hard to win. So you know, Poland started without the king, so you have to form a personal union with Lithuania, so you get to personal union mechanics, and so on and so on. So I'm gonna pick Muscovy. As I said, it doesn't matter because I'm explaining the interface mostly. So that's that. What else? I was going to make guides to start as a country. So like if you start as, let's say, Muscovy or Sweden or whatever, what should you do for the like first hour of the game, which is like 20 years or something, depends how fast you're playing. And general tips afterwards, because I don't want to do the full let's plays, but I thought, well, maybe somebody doesn't know how to play the game at all, so I'll explain the basics at first. And without further ado, standard options, no bonuses to me or to AI, lucky nation historical, default AI difficulty, so it will be normal aggression from this side, and then that's it. So let's give it a go. YouTube to doesn't matter because as I said, we are not going to play. I'm just going to explain what's what basically and how to use maybe some basic tips, but I'm not going to unpause. So speaking of unpausing, this is the unpause button. Yeah, okay, tutorial is finished. So let's actually start from the top. This is a treasury. It's a form of currency, symbolized in ducats, and it's, well, that's the money. That's all it is. So you cannot click it, but you can go to this sheet, which I will explain later on, which lists all your income and outcome expenses. So, and you can use the sliders to alter it, but as for that, manpower is used if you want to create an army. Let's say I want to create like 5 of Birdish infantry guys, and notice how the manpower will drop. 1, 2, 3. See, it uses 1000 for 1 unit, because 1 unit in this game symbolize 1000 guys. So let's undo it. It also takes cost gold. So and it will show the maintenance and the cost of the creation of the units. So that's that. Also, manpower is used to replenish your soldiers after the fight. So for example, if I were to attack the Tver army, like, and let's say I would lose 2000 guys, yeah, I would have to replenish it, so it will subtract from this. And as it says, I'm currently gaining 225 each month, and maximum manpower is 26,000. So that's all it is. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Stability. Stability is magic number, how stable is your nation. If it's positive, you get certain benefits, and if it's negative, you get some stuff, but stuff can happen to you. You'll get less trade, less morale, and so on, so on. It changes in every patch, so don't bother about it. I mean, it's an important number, but I'll explain later on. Prestige is, well, how prestigious is your country. It can go to the negative, and it will always try to value itself around 0. So if you are like negative 50, you will get more prestige every year, and if you are like 100, you'll get less. How do you get prestige? You get prestige for winning battles, for different missions, and there's and plenty of events. So, and generally having more prestige is good for you, because it affects, as you can see, morale of your enemies, navies, mercenary cost, trade power, spy defense, legitimacy, relationships, and I guess expansion. It's, if you have a chance, have it at that's great. Legitimacy, it's how legitimate your rule is. If you were playing a republic, which it's the other government time because we are the kingdom now, it will share the republic traditions. But I'll take the first couple of games you will be playing is will be as kingdom, and so it's how legitimate is your king to rule. And enough having this or not have it is benefit. It's great. So it will affect your national unrest, which is how willing the people will rebel, tolerance to the true faith, to heretics, heathens, diplomatic operation, and income from vassals. So good in general. Power projection. You get power projection after winning or battles against your rivals, or like hindering in some ways, like supporting rebels in their countries, embargoing the trade, and so on and so on. Since we're on topic, well, let's go to the rivals. As you can see, I get a pop-up that I have too few rivals, and the people that rival me are my enemies. So it's Lithuania, Golden Ord, and Novgorod. So I could rival them back, or I should pick the countries if I'm going to fight. So let's say it's, no rival selected, and for each rival I'll get 25% more prestige from battles. So if I fight my rivals, my prestige will go even more up. What's there? I can embargo them without penalty, I get more spy offense against them, and I get cheaper provinces from the peace deals with them. So I can have rival 4 countries because they are close to me, and also they are of kind of similar power to me. So I can, if I want to attack Novgorod, which most Russia players do, I'll just click it and it will go as my rival. Okay, and there you go. So you need basically all of that fulfilled, and if I, let's say, went to embargo, then I'll get some power protection. If I want to war with them and take a lot of the land, I'll get even more power protection. So that's all good. Now those 4 guys are your, well, the first one is merchant. What merchant do? Well, let's go to the trade view for just a second. They will pull the trade from, what's that, Kazan to Novgorod, in which I'm collecting the trade, because you will always collect the trade in your capital. And the second one is pushing trade from Kiev to Novgorod as well. So the merchants of, let's say, Kazan are trying to keep trade in their lands, but however my merchants are pulling some of that towards the Novgorod. Same about Kiev, the Lithuanians, and possibly, well, you can see it. Well, let's not go to that. Basically, Lithuanians merchants are trying to keep the trade in here, but my merchants will pull some of that 1.4 ducats towards the Novgorod trade node. So that's all the merchants. Colonists, we don't have any, but Russia will get some. Like you see, there's that's why Russia is a great nation to start with, because explain everything aside from the navy, which is alright really. Well, anyway, that's the uncolonized land. So if I would get a colonies and I would send my colonies in there, it will start to colonize this and this will become my land. So that's what the colonies do. You can do them by, well, Russia will get them anyway, and like some nations like Spain as well, but they are used to, well, colonize basically. Diplomats are responsible for doing multiple things with basically any diplomatic relations with other countries. Let's say there's a lot of things you can do, like form alliance, offer them the vassalization, program guarantee, improve relations, royal marriage, but fabricate claim to, like if I were to fabricate claim on Orleans, for example, that will say that, because you cannot declare war in this game, like, oh, you know, I don't like you, I just declare war, you know, you cannot do that. But you can fabricate claim that, for example, Orleans is Muscovy lands, it's not Novgorod lands. So if I were to click that, my diplomat would go to Novgorod, and so he will spend some time in there and he will fabricate documents that this is that's actually my land, and after that I can declare the war on Novgorod and take the land. So that's how it works. Missionaries, they can convert lands to my religion. If you go to religion tab, you see Kazimov, which is my land, but it's of the Sunni religion, but my missionary strength is too low for now, so I cannot convert them. But if there was some different religion or like different province, I could change the religion, and that will become my religion, which is Orthodoxy for now. So there is that. I explained all that. That's the date and what music is currently playing. That's nothing important here. That's a general info what's going on in your land. You can add more things in that, but that's basically interface and like fill in your information. Whatever you want to put there, that's fine. This is the country that we are playing. Pretty basic. That are the monarch points, which are administration, diplomatic, and military. There are the other form of currency aside from the gold and the manpower, because they are the currency as well. Administration is used for things like reducing the inflation, boosting the stability, coring provinces, because if I were to take this cargo port from Novgorod, I would have to core it, which means that's actually core land of my nation, and that will make this land more profitable and less likely to rebel. So you have to core all of your stuff basically, and it's also used for administration ideas and technologies which will mostly increase your production and tax. So that's good. Diplomatic is used for diplomatic actions, some of them, like vassalizing nations and so on, and diplomatic annexation of nations, like because I have like vassal, like let's say Perm, and if I were to annex them, where is that? I cannot now, but if I were to, it will cost me 60 diplomatic power because of the provinces that they own. The more province and the rich province there are in this nation, that will cost me more to annex them. And if it comes to trade and ideas, it's basically all about diplomacy and, well, because diplomatic, and also about trade, so it will boost your trade income. And military, pretty straightforward. It's used for, well, researching better war technologies, like, so you guys will fight better, you have new units, and military buildings, like increasing your manpower or your forts. And admin is used for religious and production building, and diplomatic is used for the trade building. So it all works nice together.